We're now going to hear from Arne, one of our specialists in Microsoft, talking about Microsoft Viva and going through the different components within the Viva suite. Then we're going to hear from Mitty from Wallenius Wilhelmsen about how they have used Microsoft Viva when they rolled out Copilot for Microsoft 365 within their organization. Arne, the floor is yours.
AI technology, as you know, is here, and it's a huge shift in how we do work and how we approach work. It's no technology that we have ever seen has been adopted so quickly by so many, but it poses some big challenges, especially for enterprises adopting this. It's really hard to keep up the pace with the technology and get started as quickly as you want. And you really need a good strategy to be successful with your AI adoption. There's a lot of questions you have to ask yourself. What are your goals for your AI implementation? What do you want to achieve? Do you have the necessary skills in the organization? Do you have a strategy for how to manage data in the world of AI? And all of these are important questions that you need to think about before you start. And there are some challenges and opportunities with AI. One thing that we see from our research is that a lot of customers lack the skills they need to take advantage of AI. As much as 65% of the employees say that they do not have the necessary skills to take advantage of AI. And even though AI promises a lot, and it's estimated on average that you can save more than 1 hour, maybe up to 2 hours a week per employee, which is a lot. So what do you do with that time? How do you actually take advantage of the gains you get from AI? So these are big questions, and it's not easy to solve. At Microsoft, we think that there's certain elements that is really important when you're going to implement AI and take advantage of the Copilot technology that you get. And within the Viva platform, we have a set of tools that we think can help companies adopt AI quicker and get more benefits out of Copilot than without. So one of the areas that we see is important is communication. So how do you drive communication and awareness and campaigns around the technology to make sure that people are up to date on what's going on, how to use the technology, and what the goal of the company with the technology is. Secondly, we think skilling is really important. How do you train the employees to use AI technology? How do you plan for increasing the skills in the organization? Approaching that in a good way is really, really important. And thirdly, but not least, is measurement. How do you actually measure what you achieve with Copilot and AI technologies? So with Microsoft Viva, there's a possibility to look at the data from the system to see how much time do you save, how more efficient are you, how do your work processes change, etc. So that's a really good fundament for getting along with the AI implementation. Communication is really important, and within Viva there's a set of tools you can use to make sure you communicate your AI strategy and your AI plans with your employees. We use Viva Engage to send out the communication. You can use Viva Amplify to plan and track the campaigns that you use around this. It's really important to make sure that everyone understands the company strategy around AI, and Viva can really help with that. Skilling is really important to achieve what you want with AI and with Copilot, and Viva helps you understand the skills profile in your organization. It can help you identify skill gaps so that you can plan learning paths and other types of training to fill those gaps, and also plan for other types of skills needed in the workplace going forward. Measuring the success and the benefits of AI is not easy, but with Viva we have a set of tools that can help with that. We have developed a Copilot Dashboard that is specifically tuned to measure how users use Copilot. It uses Viva Insight to look at data from the system on how people are working, so you can actually see in real time how much time is saved, how people's work habits are changing. And this is really helpful when you want to adjust course and actually see what kind of return on investment you get from your Copilot investment. For those customers that are more advanced and further down the road with this type of technology, we have actually developed a whole framework on how you can use different types of Viva technologies to help adopt Copilot and other types of AI technologies and other types of technologies in general. So this framework is broad, and it's using a lot of different technologies in different stages in the project to support the organization on the AI journey going forward. Today we are so lucky to have with us one of our customers, Wallenius Wilhelmsen. Mitty from Wallenius Wilhelmsen will join us to tell how they have adopted Copilot and how they have used Microsoft Viva to support them in that process. But before I leave the word to Mitty, we will play a short video that explains who Wallenius Wilhelmsen are and what they do.
For as long as there has been history, there has been trade. And for as long as there has been trade, people have been able to learn, specialize, and develop tools and skill sets that accelerate growth. In Scandinavia, we pioneered trade over the seas. Here, we imported spice and fabrics, but also culture and ideas. Over the years, we became a part of the world, and the world became a part of us. For generations, global trade has expanded wealth by lowering the price of goods, lifting wages, and amplifying growth. If trade stops, the world stops. At Wallenius Wilhelmsen, we go to work to keep the world in motion, but with knowledge about the limitations of our world's resources. We must challenge old rules with fresh ideas. It's a part of our responsibility as a global company, but also an opportunity to create a competitive edge. Previous generations set sail. As a 160-year-old startup, we have gone from wooden ships to steel ships to partnerships. Based on innovation and imagination, we continue to explore new ways to create value. We manage end-to-end deliveries for our clients based on customer-centric solutions, always with supreme quality in everything we do. We have ships and infrastructure the size of cities, and we have logistic solutions and software that fit in your hand. We are a global company with employees scattered across the world, and we care about every one of us because none of us can do the things we do alone. We are not in the transportation business. We are in the business of providing new sustainable opportunities for growth. That is why we say we empower people and markets through a sustainable flow of goods and services.
Thank you for having me today, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be here and share our experience with the Microsoft 365 Copilot and how we have used the Microsoft Viva suite to support us on this journey. So I will start to give you a short highlight of our company's strategy direction, and then followed by how we have linked our Microsoft 365 Copilot Early Access program to the strategy. At the end of January, we have celebrated our strategy festival in Wallenius Wilhelmsen. There were TV shows, live meet and greet sessions with our executive teams, and there were gathering events all over the world every day to foster the discussions and insight into our company's strategy. As you have heard from the video, we call ourselves a 160-year-old startup, and I think it is a really good phrase to describe our company's willingness and attitude to always keep pioneering. And so in this new era of AI, we need to make sure that our investments and achievements will make our company benefit for the next 10, 20, and 30 years. And that's why our strategy is called Shaping the Future. And there are 4 key areas surrounding it. We have shaping partnership, shaping services, shaping culture, and of course, shaping technology. With shaping technology, we aim to lead the digital shift by bringing in new technology to the forefront of our industry. So in our company, we have actually applications and systems that have served us well for decades, and many of our users actually build their working habits pertaining to those systems. But today, many of those systems are not fit for purpose anymore, and they're not capable to help us grow in this new era of AI. That's why we need to make use of new technologies to streamline and standardize our business processes, technology platforms, and data across the group so that we can really make data-driven decisions and have really intelligent applications and systems for our employees and customers. So this year, our CTIO, Chief Technology and Information Officer, has promised 3 things for our coworkers. The first is to build a foundation. We will have projects to build a good quality and trustworthy foundation for the data that our users work with. We will also rethink the way we utilize our technologies to become more user-centric. And in Wallenius Wilhelmsen, we have over 9,600 employees across the globe, but only 30% of them have laptops. They are the office workers, while the majority of the workforce, our frontline workers, is not yet properly IT enabled. So when we talk about rethinking the way we utilize technology, we not only need to think about our office workers, but also the frontline workers. And our vision is that everyone should be surrounded by technology, but not be occupied by it. What we mean is that technology should be a seamless, integrated, and trustworthy part of everyone's job, no matter if you're working in the office or at the terminal. And that's why we wanted to pioneer the use of Microsoft 365 Copilot, not only because it is an AI-powered assistant that is embedded into the M365 applications our office workers use on a daily basis, but it's more like an inspiration to showcase our users what we can achieve when we shape the future with technology. Last but not least, this year we will showcase what we can do with technology. We will explore new ways of working with our coworkers by bringing in more AI capabilities into the workplace. And by doing this, we hope that they can see this as a good example of what we can achieve when we shape the future with technology. Another aspect is that we do have employee surveys for listening to our employees' voices, and well-being is an important matrix being measured. It is very close to our CTIO's hearts that we need to use new technologies to improve the well-being for our employees. And that's why we are also very eager to test out the Microsoft 365 Copilot for our users. And during this journey, we have actually benefited from the use of Microsoft Viva to support this. So next, I will share with you more on this journey. Our first attempt to introduce AI capability into the workplace was actually May last year when we introduced the AI Notes feature from the Teams Premium to over 100 leaders in the organization, and we've got really good feedback. And at the same time, We also decided to secure us the Viva Suite licenses for all employees because we see so many good capabilities from this platform that can really support our strategy, breaking down silos in the organization, making our workforce more connected, fostering a growth mindset to cultivate an innovative and knowledge-sharing culture, etc. So that's why it was a very natural decision for us to, in a few months later, opt in for the Microsoft 365 Copilot Early Access Program with Microsoft. And then we have been guided through this journey with the use of the Viva Suite applications. We spent a whole October month to initiate the Early Access Program, including enabling the project team, walking through the technical requirements to make sure that we meet those requirements for a technical enablement for our users. We have also done an evaluation for the optimal setup for using Copilot, including the network settings, the information and data security policies. We have also, at the same time, started to recruit the participants for the Early Access Program. And here we decided to, first of all, include all the 100 leaders in the organization into the program. And the idea is that we want our leaders to lead by example and showcase how they can utilize AI and new technologies to foster new ways of working. And so for the rest 200 seats in the program, we actually open up for the employees in the organization to apply for it. It was actually a competition because they needed to explain why they wanted to be part of the program and what they would like to use Copilot for. We also decided at the very beginning that we would join the Microsoft research program for Copilot for better understanding how Copilot can shape the future of work. So in early November, we were ready to kick off the program internally. We, first of all, collaborated with Microsoft to configure a Center of Excellence team for our Copilot program in Microsoft Teams. And we utilized that as the dedicated forum for us to communicate with our early access users and also utilize the forum to drive the knowledge sharing and Q&A there. We then have 3 kickoff sessions with our early access users with information about what they can expect to be participating in the program, why we are doing this program, and what they can use Copilot for in each application, etc. And we got really good feedback, and we actually saw a very good adoption rate right after the kickoff. On a weekly basis that we are measuring the usage rates for, we see that right after the kickoff, we have around 80 to 90% active usage rate. And also, during this time, we also started to use the Viva goals for helping us keeping track of our objectives and key results. In our technology and information unit, we have one objective for M365 Copilot this year. And I actually use Viva goals for tracking and managing my OKRs for this project so that I have a good overview of the progress, and I can also use the numbers there for reporting. The first month after the kickoff was really focusing on end user support to ensure that they have a good starting point to make use of M365 Copilot. We followed very closely with all the questions our users posted in the Center of Excellence team in Teams. We also have one-to-one sessions with them for troubleshooting, for guidance. And also, we posted weekly tips and tricks or new upcoming features for our users to keep them excited. And also early in December, we worked with Microsoft to launch 2 Ask Us Anything sessions, focusing on the applications we wanted to foster more adoption for. followed with live demos and Q&A. And we also got really good feedback for that. And we started to also maintain the waitlist. During our kickoff, we mentioned to our participants that one of the expectations for them is to actually be our ambassador for new technologies like Copilot in their business unit. And we see that this is well received because it did not take long before we started to get requests from users outside of the program asking to be part of the program or would be able to use Copilot because they've heard so many good things about it. So our waitlist is ever increasing since then, and we have also got users who have asked us several times if they can start to use Copilot. So the interest is really there in the organization for taking more use of AI into their daily work. And then since the Christmas break came in, we see a little dip in the usage, which is a seasonal factor. So that's why starting in the early January, we decided to launch a 7 weeks communications campaign to boost our users' awareness of picking up the habit of using Copilot into their daily work. And here we actually use Microsoft Viva Amplify for that purpose. With each week's publication, we focus on the use case for one application. We provided examples for what they can use Copilot for in this application, and also links to short videos to demo how they can use it. And the good thing about Viva Amplify here is that we can actually, through the reporting, the statistics, see how well the message is received by our end users. And through the support of the Copilot Dashboard in Viva Insights, we are able to actually track and see that after each week's communications, the following week, then we can see that the specific product usage has actually arisen. So that's really good. And so since mid-November until now, we actively track and monitor the usage rate of Copilot among our users. We utilize two sources. One is the M365 Copilot, the report in the admin center. Another one is the Copilot Dashboard in Viva Insights. Both sources offer the info about how many active users we have for the 30 days period or 1 month period. But what Viva Insights offer more is actually to let us know what are the top applications that our users use the most. And first of all, we're very glad to see that on average, we have 77% active usage rate on the 30 days rolling basis. At the peak, we have above 90% usage, and at the bottom, down to 64% right after the Christmas break. And through the Viva Insights dashboard, we can see how many hours are saved by the use of Copilot. And the estimated of hour saving here is supported by the Microsoft research. And we see that on average, every Copilot user in our organization saves up to 1.2 hours a week. It can be more, but we're still at the beginning of the journey, so there's still a lot to do. And also through the Viva Insights dashboard, we're able to understand what are the mostly used features, mostly loved features by our end users. And here we can see that the top 4 features, they are basically summarizing emails in Outlook, followed by summarizing Teams meetings with the help of Copilot, and also drafting emails with Copilot and drafting Word files with the help of Copilot. So looking into the next, from now on until the end of April, because we designed the early access program to be just 6 months, so it will last until end of April. In the next 2 months, we will have a couple of things to do. First is to follow up with surveys to our users to understand their sentiment towards using Copilot. We will utilize Viva Pulse for the survey. It will be a recurring survey to capture the sentiment, and we'll be able to track the trending. We will also work with Microsoft to conduct the use case scenarios for specific personas to better understand how we can facilitate the adoption for the specific uses, for the specific use cases for the persona. And then we will also look into expansion. And expansion here means two things. One is extending the program to include more users in the organization to use Copilot. Based on the survey and statistics and feedback from our users. And we will prepare suggestions for our executive management team on how we foresee we can expand the usage of Copilot for more users. And to prepare for the expansion, we will look into using Viva Engage, a community there, and enable the answered function to foster the knowledge sharing among the users. We will also look into utilizing Viva Learning to configure the learning paths to support our new users, to support their journey on start using Copilot. And we will, of course, continue using Viva Amplify to strengthen the communications and awareness for the users. Another aspect of the expansion is to look into plugging in more data into Copilot, into the Copilot knowledge base, so that it can offer even more useful insight and information for our end users. And most likely, we will look into Azure DevOps and ServiceNow connection with Copilot. So based on the experience so far, we have good faith that the expansion will be another good success. So let me now bring in Arna back to the stage and start our Q&A session.
Thank you for a great presentation, Mitty. So based on your experience, what are the most important things others who are adopting Copilot should think about?
First of all, I think a very strong executive sponsorship would be very helpful. In our case, our CTIO, who is the executive sponsor for the Copilot Early Access program, she's really a good ambassador, not only towards her management team, the executive team, but also towards our end users. She utilized every channel she could to broadcast the benefits and use of Copilot. And when she was visiting our office in Korea, she was actually even sitting there to help our Korean users to answer questions and to help them better understand what they could actually use Copilot for. So that's one thing. Another thing is to support the users with the shift of the mindset, to have the growth mindset and to be open-minded, to take use of the AI technology into their daily work, to make them understand that AI is here to help you achieve more, but not to take away your job. And the third is basically to help our users to learn, to understand how they can make the best out of Copilot, and namely the prompt engineering. Because we can see that if you do not write a specific enough or good enough prompt, you often don't get good results from Copilot, and you would think that this is not something for me. But if they can get a very good support and learning from the beginning about how to write good prompts, they will see how much they can really benefit from the use of Copilot.
Thank you, Mitty. That's really good advice. And I'd like to thank you so much for coming today. It's been really great to have you.
Thank you.